You can find them at britishstand.com or go to the link in the description. Let's get back into today's video. And hello everybody, welcome back to British Stand. We've got some big news, of course, this morning. It's not every day a new British political party has been announced, and today it has been. And it's a familiar face, of course, that has launched this. We're going to be discussing this and what this means for the political landscape, especially on the right side of politics. Of course, that man being Ben Habib. He has launched a new political party. I'm sure you've got a lot of questions. Who's going to be a part of it? We'll be breaking it down and going through all of it. But as always, guys, please do hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more British content to keep up to date with everything that is going about. Now, the new political party, it goes by the name of Advance UK. It's just been launched, of course, today. It only has 4,101 followers at the time of recording, but that will soon rise and is rising as we speak. As stated, Ben Habib is the man behind this, of course, a familiar face. And whilst launching this, we're going to get into the video momentarily, but this is what he said on X. He said, "My team and I have been working furiously for the last few months to establish the foundations of a political party which is capable of saving our United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. I am delighted to launch that party today, Advance UK. The party will stand for the entire country in all its parts and all its possible. We will fight for the nation, freedom of speech, democracy and equality before the law. We will not flinch. We will not pander to false narratives designed to damage our country. We will be for the British people and by the British people. The party will itself be democratic. We will assemble the brightest and bravest in our college and executive. They will work tirelessly, without fear or favour, to formulate the policies and recruit the candidates required to fulfil our mission. If our country is to be saved, it must be saved by its people. No one person is capable of doing so. Only by assembling the best and bravest we can succeed. Today I'm calling you to join our party. Our first goal is to achieve 30,000 members. We are discounting our membership fee from £10 per annum until this goal is achieved." Now, this was, of course, joined with a promotional video, which we're going to be watching in a minute. And then we'll watch and react to see where we stand and then discuss what it means for the right of politics. Of course, some people, I feel, have been a bit distanced from reform. Of course, reform, in my personal opinion, at this moment in time, is still the best possible party and an option to get our country back in the soonest time frame. However, we will discuss what this means for the right. We've been hearing for a long time that the right will probably be split. So yeah, let's have a little watch of the promotional video as well before diving into the live chat and taking your questions and taking your thoughts and opinions. And then, of course, going on to other subject matter and what it means. But have a watch of this.
Hello folks. Now some of you will know me as Ben Habib, the political commentator, others as Ben Habib, the former deputy leader of Reform UK, as I was, Ben Habib, the Brexit Party MEP, as I was. But today I address you in a new capacity. I address you as the leader in waiting of Advance UK, a new political force on the British political landscape, a new political party. So why a new political party now? Well, the simple truth of the matter is that the United Kingdom is in deep, deep trouble. We face multiple existential threats, constitutionally, culturally, economically. We are on the precipice, if not over it. And none of the political parties on the British landscape at the moment offer the solutions required to save our country. It is imperative, therefore, that a new political force comes into being, and that's why Advance UK is being launched. So what does Advance UK stand for? It's very simple. We stand for a proud, independent, prosperous United Kingdom. And how do we get that? The first is we stand for the nation state of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, in all its parts and for all its people. At the heart of our constitutional foundation are the Acts of Union 1800, and we will make sure that those acts are observed completely. We will stand for freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is critical to democracy. Without freedom of speech, simply you can't have debates and you therefore can't have democracy. We will ensure that our children are not indoctrinated. We will ensure that the political views you hold won't land you in jail. It is and this is essential, just as the other three are, is equality before the law. We must all be allowed to go about our daily lives not fearing that we might be subjected to a two-tier criminal justice system. And like our democracy, our judicial system, which used to be the pride of this nation, has been deeply damaged over the last few decades. We will restore our judicial system so that Lady Justice once more is blindfolded. I should also add that we won't be applying immediately to the Electoral Commission for registration as a political party. Today is really a call to you, the British people, inviting you to back us and to show your backing by joining as members. And if we get to 30,000 members, then we will immediately apply for full political party status. And in order to give you an extra incentive to join us as members, we are going to have a discounted fee rate for the first 30,000 members of only £10 per annum. So that by the time we get to applying for party status, we will have £300,000 in the bank. And in order to show that I am completely in this with you, shoulder to shoulder with the British people who by then would have shown me they absolutely want this party, I will donate £100,000 to the party at that time. So when we go for the Electoral Commission registration, we have the support of the British people and we're well funded and we're able to do that which we need to do in order to save our country. I invite you to show your confidence, please, in Advance UK, to show that you care about the same things that I've just outlined, and please sign up today. So how can you join Advance UK? Well, it's very simple. Please go to our website, click on membership and join as a member. We're relying on the best of British. We're relying on you.
We have released our new 0% Liberal. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. A new political party has been launched, and that's, of course, under Ben Habib. Now, a lot of people are asking questions, I suppose, on social media and asking who's a part of it. People obviously asking for the obvious name, that being Rupert Lowe, who is who's not currently with a party at this moment in time. There was a lot of talk about what's going to be happening with regard to him. However, it doesn't look as though Rupert Lowe is a part of this at all at this moment in time. However, what I would say If, again, I know there's a lot of, again, people talking about splitting the vote down there in the live chat and all of these kind of things and that, but I also understand that reform are not everybody's cup of tea, especially on this side of politics. Some people don't like Nigel Farage, some people love him, etc., etc. However, if I think if they want to make something happen, maybe I would say get Rupert Lowe involved first and foremost, but then also Robert Jenrick. I think they could make some serious ground if they were able to get those two together into a party. And again, I know people maybe question Robert Jenrick because of his sort of past. However, Rupert Lowe, I think, has done a lot. Rupert Lowe, Robert Jenrick would be huge coups for Advance UK. I've always said that if any political party could get those two in the door, it would stand a very good chance. And then, of course, I think as well, I know this one may seem a bit controversial, not to you guys, but some people in the political spectrum, but Tommy Robinson, get him involved as well in some sort of capacity. Certainly, again, some people will question whether he can be a member of parliament, all these kind of things, but certainly give something where Tommy can push his followers into and not feel betrayed by the party. You know, he did a lot for reform in terms of, I know he was never a part of it, but he pushed everyone to vote and still continuously does to this day, despite the feud between him and Nigel Farage. But I think Ben Habib would be onto a winner if they didn't ostracize Tommy Robinson and again gave him maybe an opportunity to be a part of something like this. Or at least, again, don't put him into the ground. It could be a winner there. But yeah, certainly in Turkey, looking at members of parliament, Rupert Lowe would be a huge coup, and so would Robert Jenrick, in my personal opinion. But yeah, I'm interested to know what you guys think with regard to this down there with the live chat. I'm going to take some comments about it. I know that some people may be a bit skeptical with regard to a new political party and what that means for reform as well. Stephen says Jenrick is one to watch. Certainly. Again, I know I always see it all the time when I share Robert Jenrick stuff. I quite like him, to be perfectly honest with you. I do like Robert Jenrick, but I do feel that a lot of people, especially on this side of politics, don't necessarily trust him that much. But I think he does a lot. I think he's one of the most hard-working MPs at this moment in time, and does call out and try and hold people to account. I would love to have seen him actually be the leader of the opposition, and the comments and the questions that he would ask Keir Starmer, holding him to an account, but of course Kemi Badenoch got it. So maybe it could be time for Pastors New for Robert Jenrick and Rupert Lowe. That could be a really, really good collab, actually. So Jojo says the strongest leader out there at the moment is Nick Ticoni, of course, at UKIP as well. UKIP are another political party, of course, on the right at this moment in time as well. Yeah, I'm not too sure how the sort of growth is going. I'm not too sure how well they do in terms of votes and stuff like that. But I think it's kind of minuscule compared to the big scheme of things, if you get what I mean, in terms of a direct competitor to sort of reform and all of these kind of things. But yeah, I like what Nick does, to be fair. I like Nick's message. But yeah, I don't think. I don't know. Harry says another pointless party. See, I told you, there's going to be a bit of a split. It's represented there in the vote as well, up even in this live chat. All of us kind of here that subscribe to British Stand kind of have the same views. I know everyone's not going to be aligned totally, but we kind of have the same views. That's why I suppose you're subscribed to the channel, and already you can see a 70-30 split. I asked the question, will you vote for Advance UK? 70% of you said yes, and 30% of you said no. We're currently sitting at around 500 votes. So I know that doesn't speak for everybody, but is a decent representation. Harry says, if UKIP can't get in, making another new party is stupid as F and not going to do anything. But I suppose Ben Habib played a big part with reform, didn't he? I mean, what they did was he was a deputy leader or deputy whatever, and he played a big part in sort of getting the ball rolling for reform. So he's kind of been there, done it, and getting the right people in through the door would probably suggest that he could do it again. I know Nigel's got a very, very, very big influence influence. And it's quite hard to sort of compete that. But there's people there on the sidelines. I say it's Rupert Lowe on the sidelines, of course, Robert Jenrick as well, that's currently a part of the Tory party, but Tommy Robinson, that's powerful within itself. You know, if Tommy gives a vouch for a certain political party, then that could really get the ball rolling. But he would probably wouldn't want to be thrown under the bus again, like he was done with Nigel and Reform. Ben has said Tommy is welcome, says the Muser. See, that goes a long way in itself. I mean, getting a Tommy Robinson support to back a party, then on top of that Elon Musk could go very, very far. Who knows? It could go very, very far. But I suppose it's still very, very early days as to what this is going to materialise and be. There's still a lot of questions to be asked and who the makeup's going to be in there. At this moment in time, there is no mention of Rupert Lowe or anything like that just now. Lynn says, Reform can't get on with each other, never mind run the country. Yeah, I mean, that's a bit of a problem for me with regard to it. I still do think Reform at this moment in time are the best solution. I do quite like Nigel, actually. I'm a bit split on him. Sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. I don't know. I don't really understand too much about what the big picture is with Reform. Sometimes he says things and I'm like, yeah, I'm all for that. And then sometimes he says other things and I'm a bit like, it kind of contradicts what he was saying in the first place. So, yeah, I think that the jury's still out. But again, if you were to put a gun to my head right now and say who you're going to vote for if a general election is called today, then of course it would be Reform. John says, from my point of view, which is not worth much, your point of view it means a lot. Any party apart from Labour, we all know the inheritance from previous parties, Labour are just rubbish. Yeah, I mean, just getting Labour out of the door is ideal. But then again, also, you don't really want to see the Tories. I know they've come with a new guise recently, but again, you can't really trust them. You know, whilst they do try and hold Labour to account on this new wave, you know, they did have power for 14 years and did an absolute hee-haw. Whilst they didn't do anything as disastrous as Labour Party have currently done, they're still not to be trusted. And I feel like their new guys would certainly slip. But we'll have to see. I see a lot of people questioning Nigel Farage and what he's capable of doing. But this could certainly play out in a different way. We'll keep following it. We'll see if anything comes of Ben Habib's new party, that being Advance UK. But go check it out for yourself, guys. If you're on X, go give them a follow. Advance UK on X. And you'll probably get a bit more information, a bit more announcements as time goes on. But yeah, certainly it's too early to really say what this means. But certainly, I suppose, fairly exciting time, or could be a bit of a detriment if you're going to split the vote. But yeah, guys, do let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button for more. And don't forget to check out our new 0% Liberal t-shirts. These are a must-wear this summer. Of course, you can get them at BritishStand.com. Big shout out to everyone that's bought merchandise over the last 10 months of running this channel. I really, really do appreciate it. And thank you